Greetings everyone. Welcome to my channel where students of biology are simply interested in learning more. Throughout this video, I will be covering the 9700 October-November 2020 paper 12. Please do leave a like and subscribe so that we together can grow as one unit. Let's then dive straight into it. Question 1. The size of the measles virus, morbillivirus, is approximately 150 nanometers. The mimivirus is approximately 4.5 times larger than morbillivirus, whilst the Pandora virus is approximately 1.5 times larger than the mimivirus. Which viruses can be seen using a light microscope with a maximum resolution of 0.25 micrometer and using an electron microscope? So in this question, they have given the maximum resolution being 0.25 micrometer. Therefore, 1 micrometer is equal to 1000 nanometers. Hence, 0.25 micrometer will give you 250 nanometers. Since the morbillivirus is 150 nanometers and that is less than 250 nanometer, it cannot be seen even through a light microscope or using an electron microscope. Therefore, the option A is not satisfied. Since mimivirus and Pandora virus is larger than the morbillivirus, it could be seen through the light microscope or through the electron microscope. Therefore, the option is B. Question 2. The electron micrograph shows a type of virus at a magnification of times 60,000. What is the actual length of the virus? So magnification is equal to image size upon actual size. They have given the magnification and we just have to measure the length of this virus given in the photograph. Therefore, when we calculate it, we get the actual length as 1100 nanometers. Remember to make sure that all your units used in the calculations are the same. So if it's nanometer, it should be nanometer. Since the final answer is in nanometers, make sure you convert it into nanometers. Question 3. The electron micrograph shows a structure found in the cytoplasm of an animal cell. Remember, they have mentioned it as an animal cell. Which biological molecules are found in this structure? 1. Nucleic acid, 2. Protein, 3. Phospholipid. So this is an image of a centriole which is found only in animal cells and it doesn't contain any phospholipids but only proteins. Therefore, the answer is D, 2 only. Question 4. 4 students were asked to match the function with the appearance of some cell structures in an animal cell. The functions were listed by number. 1. mRNA passes through to the ribosome. 2. Synthesis of lipids. 3. Packaging of hydrolytic enzymes that will remain in the cell. The appearances were listed by letter. So as you can see, V. Membranes which surround an enclosed inner cavity. W. Non-membrane bound spherical structures. W. Non-membrane bound spherical structures. X. A double membrane interspersed with pores. Y. Non-membrane bound cylindrical structures. Z. Membrane bound sacs arranged as a flattened stack. Which student correctly matched the numbered function with the appearance of the cell structure? As you can see, 1 mRNA passes through the ribosome. So this represents the process of transcription which occurs in the nucleus. Therefore, it should be a double membrane interspersed with pores because a nucleus has a double membrane known as a nuclear envelope and it is interspersed with pores. Therefore, 1, it is X. Hence, we should consider between the options C and D. If you look at number 2, synthesis of lipids. The best option which represents synthesis of lipids would be membranes which surround an enclosed inner cavity. Therefore, V represents number 2. So both C and D have V as number 2. If you look at number 3, packaging of hydrolytic enzymes that will remain in the cell. Packaging of hydrolytic enzymes that will remain in the cell is done by membrane bound sacs arranged as a flattened stack. Therefore, it is Z. The answer is D. Question 5. Which are found in typical prokaryotic cells and in typical plant cells? So over here they are referring to both prokaryotic and in plant cells. Therefore, in both you can find a cell wall, you can find circular DNA as well as you can find cytoplasm. Therefore, the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. In prokaryotic cells, the cell wall is made up of a different substance than in plant cells. In plant cells, it is cellulose, but in prokaryotic cells, it is murine, which is a peptidoglycan substance. Circular DNA is found in prokaryotic cells, as you all know. In typical plant cells, it is found in the mitochondria and in chloroplasts. And cytoplasm is obviously present in both of them. Question 6. The diagram shows some features that occur in organisms. Which features can be present in viruses? So the features of a virus are a nucleic acid, which is either DNA or RNA, and the second feature is a protein coat. Therefore, it should have 4, 1 and 2. Therefore, answer B. Question 7. Diastase is an enzyme that breaks down starch into maltose. Maltose is a reducing sugar. A sample of starch is treated with boiled diastase and left for 15 minutes. Samples of the mixture are then tested with iodine solution and with Benedict's reagent. What are the results? So as you can see over here, starch will not be broken down and hence will give a positive test to iodine due to the enzyme being boiled. Since the enzyme is boiled, it will be denatured, as boiled enzymes do not carry out their function. Therefore, it will give a positive test to iodine and a negative test to Benedict's reagent, as starch is not broken down due to the enzyme being denatured. Hence, the answer is A. Iodine solution being blue-black, that's a positive result, and Benedict's reagent being blue, which is a negative result. Question 8. Which pair of monosaccharides forms sucrose? So sucrose is formed from fructose and alpha glucose. As you can see, A and B both have 2 glucose units, therefore it cannot be used to form sucrose. We have to consider between options C and D. The best answer is option C, as in C it is alpha glucose, whereas in D it is beta glucose, as the OH group lies above. When the OH group lies above the plane, it is beta glucose. When OH group lies below the plane, it is alpha glucose. Therefore, since it is below the plane in C, the answer is C. Question 9. The diagram shows the structures of 2 amino acids. These amino acids will form part of a protein that has a tertiary structure. Which numbered groups could form hydrogen bonds to maintain the tertiary structure of the protein? So they are referring to hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding only occurs between R groups. Therefore, it is between OH and OH, which is 3 and 7. The answer is D. Question 10. Which row about the structure of proteins is correct? As you can see in the side, I have mentioned about the terms primary, secondary and tertiary, as well as quaternary structures and their meanings. So primary structure refers to the sequence of amino acids. Therefore, the best option over here is option D. Primary structure is a sequence of amino acids and protein coded by an mRNA molecule. Tertiary structure formed as a result of interaction of the side chains. That's correct, because interaction of R groups leads to tertiary structure. Quaternary structure is formed by the linking together of more than one polypeptide. So quaternary structure is a 3D arrangement of 2 or more polypeptides, or of a polypeptide and a non-protein component. Therefore, the answer is D. Question 11. Which row correctly identifies structural features of a collagen molecule and a hemoglobin molecule? Hemoglobin and all enzymes are globular proteins. Hemoglobin has 4 polypeptides and collagen has 3 polypeptide chains. Therefore, molecule consists of more than one polypeptide. Both collagen and hemoglobin will have more than one polypeptide. Globular protein only applies to hemoglobin. Therefore, the answer is B. Collagen is not a globular protein but rather a fibrous protein. Question 12. Which statements describe some enzyme actions? As we all know, enzymes lower the activation energy of a reaction. So when they lower the activation energy, they take an alternative pathway. Therefore, more molecules will have energy greater than activation energy. If we look at the options, 1. Enzymes hold reacting molecules so that their reactive groups are close together. Yes, because enzymes, they put a strain on the bonds when the substrate binds at the active site. Option 2. In an enzyme catalyzed reaction, more molecules have sufficient energy to react than in the absence. Yes, as they lower the activation energy, more particles will have energy greater than the activation energy in order to react. Hence, option 2 is also correct. Option 3. Reactions catalyzed by enzymes take place at a lower temperature than they would without the enzyme. That's also correct. Therefore, the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. Question 13. Lipase is an enzyme that catalyzes the hydrolysis of lipids. An experiment was carried out to investigate changes in pH when lipase is added to a food sample containing a high proportion of lipids. The results are shown in the graph. As you all can see, pH of food sample is plotted at the y-axis, time minutes is plotted at the x-axis. Which statements are possible explanations of the results of the experiment between 50 minutes and 60 minutes? Since this is an enzyme that catalyzes the hydrolysis of lipids, lipids will be broken down into fatty acids and glycerol. Fatty acids, being a product, leads to a reduction in pH since it is acidic in nature. Hence, enzyme denaturation occurs due to the product affecting the overall reaction. Therefore, if we look at the options, the possible explanations of the results between 50 minutes and 60 minutes is option 2, substrate concentration becomes a limiting factor. Yes, because as the reaction proceeds, the substrate concentration decreases and becomes limiting. Option 4 is also correct. Denaturation of the enzyme by the products takes place, as I mentioned, due to fatty acids being released. Even option 5 is correct. Products are acting as competitive inhibitors because enzyme can cause the breakdown in products as well as the formation from products, as they all bind to the same active site. Therefore, the products could act as competitive inhibitors. The answer is D, 2, 4 and 5. Question 14. The painkiller ibuprofen reduces the activity of an enzyme involved in production of prostaglandin. Ibuprofen binds reversibly to the active site of the enzyme. Which type of enzyme inhibition describes this example and why? Since it binds reversibly and it reduces the activity instead of completely stopping the activity, it is a competitive inhibition. Therefore, we should consider the options A and B as the answer. Option A is wrong because competitive inhibitor doesn't alter the shape of the enzyme. Only non-competitive inhibitor alters the shape of an enzyme. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Question 15. Equal sized potato pieces were placed into test tubes containing equal volumes of different concentrations of sucrose solution and left for 30 minutes. All other variables were controlled. After 30 minutes, the potato piece in one of the concentrations of sucrose solution had not changed in size. What can be concluded from the result for this potato piece? 1. The concentration of sucrose in the potato is the same as the concentration of the sucrose solution. This cannot be considered to be true as they were placed in different concentrations of sucrose solution and left for 30 minutes. Therefore, we cannot really conclude from this result that the concentration of sucrose in both the potato and the solution is the same. 2. The water potential of the potato is the same as the water potential of the sucrose solution. That is correct as there has been no change in size. Therefore, we could conclude that option 2 is correct. Option 3. There is no more movement of water into or out of the potato. We cannot be certain since they stopped the investigation at the end of 30 minutes. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Question 16. 4 agar blocks are stained green using universal indicator and suspended in 1 mole per dm cube hydrochloric acid. The time taken for the agar blocks to change from green to red was recorded. Which agar block would be the first to become completely red? In this question, we have to consider the surface area to volume ratio. Therefore, the higher the surface area to volume ratio, the faster the cube will turn red, which when calculated is option B, 2 cm into 1 into 4, as it has the highest surface area to volume ratio. Question 17. During the cell cycle, the mass of DNA in a cell is doubled. At which stage in the cell cycle is the mass of DNA in a cell reduced? Cytokinesis is the process of splitting the cell into 2 daughter cells. Hence, reduction occurs there. Therefore, answer is B, cytokinesis. As when the cell is split, the DNA will be reduced. Question 18. How many of the listed structures typically contain genetic material that has telomeres? So, telomeres will be there in structures that undergo multiple divisions by mitosis. Therefore, that would be the nucleus as DNA replication occurs there. Hence, only Nucleus is the right answer. Therefore, since it is only one structure in these given options, it is A. Question 19. In eukaryotes, the chromosomes become shorter and thicker during mitosis. The thickening may be increased by molecules called protoamines. The protoamines replace part of the structure of the chromosome. Which part of the chromosome is replaced by protoamines? Chromosome consists of histone protein molecules and DNA. Therefore, in order to increase the thickening and replace a part of the chromosome, it should be histones and no other structure. Therefore, the answer is C, histones. Question 20. How many hydrogen bonds are held in the two strands of this section of a DNA molecule together? So a key thing you all should remember is that when A binds with T, double bonds are involved, therefore only 2 bonds between A and T. When C binds with G, triple bonds are involved, therefore 3 bonds are involved between C and G. If you look at the structure, there are 10 of A and T and 6 of C and G. Therefore the total will be 38. The answer is C, 38. Question 21. Which description of a eukaryotic gene is correct? Since the question refers to eukaryotic gene, in eukaryotes only DNA is present, therefore shouldn't include any RNA in the answer. Therefore, we should consider between options A and B. If you look at option A, a sequence of bases that form part of a DNA molecule and codes for a protein. For a gene, it's not a sequence of bases, but rather a sequence of nucleotides. Therefore, the answer is B, a sequence of nucleotides that forms part of a DNA molecule and codes for a polypeptide. Question 22. The DNA sequence which is given is translated to synthesize the amino acid chain. As a result of a mutation, the sequence length of the amino acid chain is shortened from 6 to 2 amino acids. A stop codon in mRNA is UGA. Which base in the DNA sequence was changed by the mutation? 3 bases represent 1 amino acid. Therefore, if we split the given DNA sequence into 3 bases, you will see that when the DNA sequence is changed at G, which is option C, there will be a mutation causing the stop codon UGA in the mRNA. Therefore, the answer is C. Question 23. Which combination of features is correct for a phloem sieve tube element as it unloads into a sink? This question refers to unloading of sucrose at a sink. We should remember that phloem has no lignified cell walls, only xylem has. And when there is a process of unloading at the sink, water potential is higher in the phloem sieve tube element than the sink. Therefore, the answer is A. Question 24. Mass flow is a bulk movement of materials from one place to another. Which vessels carry fluids by mass flow? 1. Artery, 2. Phloem sieve tube, 3. Vein, 4. Xylem vessel. Mass flow not only occurs in plants but also in humans and animals. Therefore, if we look at the options, mass flow occurs in both xylem and phloem, and in animals it's the artery and vein. Therefore, the answer is A, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Question 25. Which 2 rows are correct for the movement of water from the soil into a root? High water potential is in the soil and lower water potential in roots as water flows from soil into the root. Soil has higher water potential due to lower solute concentration as the water potential depends on the solute concentration. Therefore, the answer should contain options 1 and 2, which is A. Question 26. ATP is used in companion cells to provide the energy for loading a sieve tube element with sucrose. How does the co-transporter mechanism use this energy? Energy is required to pump the hydrogen ions out of the companion cell. Therefore, the answer is B, to pump hydrogen ions out of the companion cell. Question 27. Why is the mammalian circulatory system described as a double circulation? If we consider the meaning of a double circulation is when blood flows through the heart twice in one complete circuit. Therefore, it is not one complete cardiac cycle, as one complete cardiac cycle refers to single circulation. Therefore, the answer is B. Blood flows twice through the heart in one complete circuit of the body. Question 28. Which sequence of letters correctly identifies the order of events during the cardiac cycle? If we remember the cardiac cycle properly, it starts with the SAN sending waves of excitation which lead to atrial wall contraction. Next, the wave of excitation reaches the AVN causing a delay and then passes it down the Purkinje fibers. Hence, the ventricles contract. Therefore, if you go through these arrows and the options which link each other, the closest and the correct sequence is answer C. Question 29. Which factors affect blood pressure? 1. The diameter of the blood vessels. Yes. 2. The systolic pressure of the heart ventricles. That's also correct. 3. The volume of blood returned to the heart in each cardiac cycle. That is also correct. If you look at the side, factors that affect blood pressure are diameter of blood vessels, volume of blood circulating the heart, viscosity of blood, and the systolic pressure of heart ventricles. Therefore, the answer is A, 1, 2, and 3. Question 30. The diagram is a summary of the role of hemoglobin in the transport of carbon dioxide. As you can see over here, I have labeled what each of them are and what happens inside this hemoglobin. So 1 is not facilitated diffusion but rather diffusion, as carbon dioxide is nonpolar and nonpolar substances can pass through the nonpolar fatty acid tails of a membrane. So if you go through these labels, the correct and closest answer is C. 3 is for carbonic anhydrase, 9 is for oxyhemoglobin, and 11 for carbaminohemoglobin. Question 31. The graph shows oxygen dissociation curves of hemoglobin from two species of mammal, S and T. Which statements could explain the difference in the oxygen dissociation curves of species S and species T? 1. Species T has a lower hemoglobin concentration in its red blood cells than species S. We cannot really say that this difference is caused due to option 1 because oxygen dissociation curve doesn't represent any hemoglobin concentration but rather the affinity towards oxygen. Option 2. The hemoglobin in species T has a lower affinity for oxygen than the hemoglobin in species S. Yes, we can conclude that that is a possible explanation for the difference caused. Therefore, since option 1 is out, we have to consider between C and D. And since this is oxygen dissociation curve and it represents oxygen affinity by hemoglobin, the correct answer is C, option 2 only. Question 32. Which are present in bronchioles? 1. Endothelium, 2. Ciliated cells, 3. Smooth muscle tissue. Bronchioles do not have endothelium and no goblet cells, whereas they do have ciliated cells and smooth muscle tissue. Therefore, the answer is D, 2 and 3 only. Question 33. The partial pressure of oxygen in air inside alveoli is 14 kilopascals. The partial pressure of oxygen in pulmonary capillaries is 6 kilopascals. What will be the effect of these partial pressures on diffusion? So diffusion is the net movement of oxygen from high concentration to lower concentration. Therefore, higher concentration is in the alveoli and lower in the capillaries due to the difference between the partial pressures. Therefore, the answer is option B. Oxygen will diffuse from alveoli into capillaries, from higher concentration to lower concentration, therefore from alveoli to capillaries. Question 34. Which can be directly linked to a reduction in the surface area available for gas exchange in human lungs? 1. Emphysema, 2. Lung cancer, 3. Smoking tobacco. Smoking tobacco doesn't have a direct link to reduction in surface area, whereas emphysema and lung cancer do. Therefore, the answer is B, 1 and 2 only. Question 35. Which row is correct about the affinity between hemoglobin and the gases carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and oxygen? One thing you should realize is that hemoglobin has the highest affinity towards carbon monoxide and the lowest affinity towards carbon dioxide. It is because oxygen and carbon monoxide can directly bind to the active sites of hemoglobin, therefore will have the higher affinity compared to carbon dioxide, as carbon dioxide cannot bind to the active site of the hemoglobin. Among carbon monoxide and oxygen, hemoglobin has the highest affinity towards carbon monoxide, therefore the answer is B. Highest affinity is carbon monoxide, followed by oxygen, then followed by carbon dioxide. Question 36. An earthquake caused damage to sanitation systems in a large tropical village. Drinking water became contaminated with sewage. Heavy rain then caused flooding and left large pools of water in the village. Housing was destroyed and people in the village had to live in very overcrowded conditions. Which infectious diseases could increase in the village population as a result of the earthquake and heavy rain? 1. Cholera, 2. Malaria, 3. Tuberculosis. So I have highlighted the key things over here. Contamination of drinking water is linked to cholera. Overcrowded conditions is linked to tuberculosis, and large pools of water leading to stagnant water bodies hence leads to malaria. Therefore, the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. Question 37. Which statements about the use of antibiotics could cause an increase in antibiotic resistant bacteria? 1. Patients do not always complete the course of antibiotics. 2. Patients keep unused antibiotics from previous prescriptions and take them at a later date in smaller doses than prescribed. 3. Antibiotics are used in farming to prevent infections. 4. Doctors prescribe narrow spectrum antibiotics that only kill a few types of bacteria. The closest and most accurate answers are 1, 2 and 3. 3. Because antibiotics are used to cure infections rather than prevent infections. If you use antibiotics in farming to prevent infections, it leads to antibiotic resistant bacteria. And options 1 and 2 are obviously going to lead to increase in antibiotic resistant bacteria. Therefore, the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. Question 38. Which row is correct for neutrophils and B, lymphocytes? Neutrophils are able to change shape due to phagocytosis when they engulf foreign substances and digest them. B cells are activated when they come across an antigen. B cells do not secrete cytokines, therefore option D is wrong. And neutrophils are not only found in organs but also found in blood, therefore option B is wrong. The closest and most correct answer is option A. Neutrophil can change shape. B lymphocyte is activated by contact with antigen. Question 39. Rabies is usually a fatal disease. Rabies is transmitted to people in the saliva of infected animals. A person who has been bitten by an infected animal needs immediate treatment. The treatment is vaccination against rabies and an injection containing antibodies to the rabies antigen. What type of immunity is given by the injection of antibodies? Antibody injection is passive immunity and vaccination is a form of artificial immunity. Therefore, the answer is artificial passive. Hence, the answer is B. Question 40. A graft of tissue, such as skin from a different person, is usually rejected by the body. Which statement about graft rejection is correct? Killer T cells that circulate in blood secrete cytokines that can break down antigens and hence leads to tissue rejection. T cells do not produce antibodies, hence options B and C are incorrect. If we are considering between options A and D, D is the closest and most accurate answer because T lymphocytes are the ones that secrete cytokines and hence leads to tissue rejection. Therefore, the answer is D. And that's the end of the paper. Feel free to ask any queries and let me know which papers you would like me to go through down in the comment section below. Until then, stay tuned for more.